You must understand I need you here, Luke.
But it's a whole nother year.
Look, it's only one more season.
Yeah, that's what she said when Biggs and Tank left.
Where are you going?
Looks like I'm going nowhere.
I make this video on the heels of Jason Black going in on a 24-year-old young man who made a mistake that, mind you, wasn't having a child out of wedlock. He didn't get pregnant out of wedlock. He, as far as we know, he's still a man who does not have any illegitimate children. He's just a guy who went somewhere and made him a social faux pas, right? Now, we live in a community that has the most aggressive women that have children out of wedlock and still have very high standards for the men that they want, right? And to see this kind of, sign language rain down on Austin Hollerman when basically all he did was go overseas and make a social faux pas is disingenuous at best, and at worst it's a full demonstration of how dysfunctional our community is. If you want to see how aggressive and how straightforward our women, black women, can be, look at Derek Jackson. Black women have zero issues flying out, giving Derek Jackson money, subscribing to his channel, buying his books. If they want you, if they value you, they will come and get you. We know that that is our community. With that said, I led off this video with the image of Luke looking at the homestead burning, and he realized in that moment that there's nothing for him there anymore, and he had to make a decision to leave and go to Alderaan and take the hero's journey. And I want to say that if you think about Luke, what made it easy for him to leave was that he lost everything he was connected to. And so I know some of you guys have your mother or you have some dear family members, and they're the ones that are holding you from taking that leap. I was in a way fortunate / unfortunate because I lost my mother at a very young age. But if you are one of the guys that still have your mother, or you have someone close to you and they're still saying, don't leave, stay here, I don't want you to leave, it's too dangerous, I want you to go back to elementary school and think about playing tag. Think about playing freeze tag or whatever, and think about how exciting it was the further and further you got away from home base. Because literally, that is what Passport Bros represents. Passport Bros represents guys saying, I'm going to take a break from home base and I'm going to venture out and see how far I can go. Remember how fun that was? I say that to say, when I walk back from the subway station from, whatever I'm doing, 20 years in Japan, I walk past people from India, Nepal, Pakistan, China, Korea, Africa, how many countries in Africa? Ghana, South Africa, so many countries. And we come from one of the very few cultures that will look at someone that says, I'm going to go overseas and pursue options for a better life. And we shame people for, let me rephrase. We shame men for doing that. There's no other culture on the planet that does that. We're the only ones that do that. And why should, if you're a part of a culture that shames men for exploration, what's the point of that culture in the first place? If you can go overseas, make something better for yourself, and then bring it back to your culture, why would the people in your culture shame you for taking the opportunity to go and find that? And so I want to end this not too long. I just want to say that we all make mistakes. And so you look at Austin Hollerman, he's a 24-year-old guy. He's going to rebound from his mistakes. But his mistake wasn't producing children out of wedlock. It wasn't a criminal offense. It wasn't something that was so bad that, the people in Brazil had to do something, that's going to hinder his ability to move around the world. So in that same sense, if you are a guy and you're spending so much time worried about what can go wrong, you're living your life the wrong way. You have to live your life in a way that you're thinking about what you don't want to regret instead of what you're afraid of. This goes right back to who's the Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos. He talks about if you're on your deathbed at 85, 90, are you going to, all those ghosts that come back around to visit you, are they going to be ghosts of regret? Or are they going to be ghosts of, I'm glad you took this opportunity even though we failed? And so I just want to say that, look, for you passport bros or you potential passport bros, stop being afraid. Go west, young man. There is no better time in the age of globalization if you're not tied down by a family, by children. Tell your mother, Mom, it's time for me to get off home base. It's time for me to spread my wings and fly. And when I want to come back to home base, I'll buy a plane ticket. I'll come back and see you for Christmas, and then I'll be back out. You don't have a family. You don't have anything holding you down. What are you waiting for? Catch you in the next video.